Hi, it's Susan with Connection and Synergy LLC. It's been a trying week so far. Monday, I had just little things and things were going along really nicely, and that was fine. Tuesday, which was tax day, I had really urgent stuff come up. Part of it wouldn't have been so urgent if I would have looked at it on Monday and gotten it taken care of then. And part of it, of course, was out of my control. And then there was a money wire transfer that still hasn't been taken care of. And it's Wednesday afternoon now. And again, that was completely out of my control. It was made for a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. And again, something that's completely out of my control. I had to wait and see what happened. Caregiving can be a lot like that. They want to run tests. You have to wait. It's completely out of your control. They want you to come back for more stuff. I remember one time Mike and I had been in the Kansas City area for several days. Our last day, I think he had 4 doctor's appointments, at least 3. We'd gone to the first one, and the second one, the doctor was running a little late. So we were starting to run late, and we had to go to a different clinic. And we got there, I think, on time. And then we had another clinic we went to, and the third doctor said, well, I want to do a CT scan. So come back here and get the CT scan before you leave town. And by the time we got to that 4th appointment, we were running a little late, and I hadn't eaten all day. I had some granola bars and snacks that I kept in a bag that I carried, and I'd been munching on them, but I hadn't had anything significant to eat. So we went back to KU Med Center, to the main campus, to get the CT scan run. And it was mid-afternoon. And I looked at Mike and I said, do you think we should call the nurse and see if we might need to spend the night to get those results? And he said, no. I said, let's go home. So I went across the street and ate at Five Guys before we left town. And we left town and we got home. And it wasn't horribly late when we got home, but I was so tired, I was incoherent. He would ask me something and I couldn't answer. And I finally said, I just need to go to bed. So the next morning, I was getting ready in the bathroom and his phone rang. And I could tell that it was the doctor who'd ordered the CT scan. And I went into the doorway of the bedroom and he said, here, let me let you talk to Susan. So I got on the phone and the doctor said, I'd like him to have another test, a bronchoscopy. And if I remember correctly, this was Wednesday. And I said, okay, when do we need to drive back? Because we were driving 350 miles to KU Med Center. And he said, well, you don't need to come back tomorrow. Why don't we schedule it, see if we can schedule it for Friday? So they did. And we got the test results back. And I guess the point of that story is sometimes as a caregiver, if you have an intuition, like maybe we should spend the night, you should follow it. I definitely should have followed that intuition on that particular day. There were a lot of times that we would go back and forth between KU Med Center on a weekly basis sometimes. And that it gets tiring and stressful. Kind of like the stress that I've been in the last 2 or 3 days. I had this high anxiety, especially about the things that I couldn't control, and managed to get everything done. But that's not a state that we should stay in for long periods of time. So later this afternoon or this evening, I'll go out and spend a little bit of time with the horses so that they can heal my anxiety. And then tomorrow is a day of self-care, as I will go self-care for myself and my Jeep. I'll go have a massage and take my Jeep in for an oil change. Remember, I'm getting ready to move, and we'll be starting a caregivers Gestalt circle. We'll be having an open barn. So click on the link to fill out the form below if you'd like to join my connection list and stay up to date on those two things, as well as get the guide of what caregivers wish their doctors knew when they. So have a great day.